Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a question and answer section for you. Always my favorite to go through some of your comments and just talk about some of the stuff you say. But first, I want to let you know that June 3, 4, and 5, I will be at the Texas Numismatic Association show in Arlington, Texas. So anyone in that Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex all the way down to Houston, come on up and see us. Come on down and see us. I mean, if you're in Oklahoma, I mean, where else are you going to be, right? Let's go. Let's everyone come on down to the Texas Numismatic Association show, June 3, 4, and 5. All right, on to the comments about some of the videos. Donald in New Mexico says, so my 2003 Subaru Forester, is my 2003 Subaru Forester a classic yet? Is it collectible? I collect rocks. Some are millions of years old. My driveway is full of them. Thank you. All right, Donald. So, in Arizona, once your car is 25 years old, you can get classic plates. So it looks to me like you're getting pretty close on that Subaru. So just keep her trucking, all right? All right, Tylon Platinum says, great topic as far as NFTs. I'm good on that. But what I really am trying to figure out is what's going to be the next big collectible when these kids are older. For my generation, it turns out it was early unopened video games. Many of these passed through my hands, and I had never opened them. If I had never opened them, I'd be a millionaire. So what's the item going to be for these kids now? Perhaps an unopened Quest 1 headset in early production, fidget spinner? These things that kids like, to me, are so dumb. And you're correct, most of it is digital. So is it possible that the 2050s, the NFTs, will be like one of us buying a hot rod from our youth? So this is really a fun comment. I've got this theory that I work on that people collect their youth when they get older, and so if you want to know what the next big thing is, you just kind of look back down and in at what things people had, what they liked when they were young. By the way, another comment on some of this conversation we had about NFTs, and you guys had all kinds of really great comments about it. One of the principles that I generally use when it comes to collectibles is that things that are made to be collectible are not collectible. This happens all the time in the coin market, where you see someone made a setup and it's sold on. It used to sell in a magazine, Life or People, or you have these little things in the back of the magazines that would be coin related, and they fall right in line with your plates with the Beatles on it, or your ceramic dolls that if they're made to be collectible, it's not a collectible. And this is something I didn't even talk about in the NFT video. So those are made to be collectible. So in theory, if I'm consistent with my way of thinking, NFTs really have very little hope of being collectible long term. Now the fidget spinner is fantastic. I love that suggestion, but I can tell you right now, if you are, looking at these kids today, honestly, anything that's in the realm of anime is huge. It's going to be, in my opinion, anything that's, especially if you can find stuff that's original and early, I think that's a long-term play. There you go. Just waiting for someone to be able to certify all of those little anime dolls and stuff that they make. But if you don't know, it's a very popular niche market that I think has long-term potential. But that's not an NFT, and this is about coins and coins and coins, right? So James Goss says, how come these coins have gold shields but no images on PCGS's website? Yeah, and then Martin responds that they've got a huge backlog there. It is true that PCGS, I will get the coins back sometimes weeks before the photos are available. It seems like an odd thing, but I'm happy to have the coins back, even if the photos are not available. Also, PCGS TrueView should change the name of their service to PCGS BarView, because everything looks good in a PCGS TrueView, even if it's not. So I think that that's something that we should all consider adopting, that new name. All right, Federico says, oh, I didn't see the altered surface on the 78cc. It does change color with the possible questionable color. They just run out of codes to give you. This one Federico, you had me laughing so hard. Yeah, so the grading companies have run out of superlatives. They don't have enough grading code problem errors to put on my holders to tell me how rotten my coins are. This is a problem that hopefully only I have. I hope no one else out there has a problem with the grading companies running out of codes for you guys. All right, Richard says, you just made a case why CAC is important. Two 1907 gold coins, same grade, but one is nicer than the other. CAC would consider your customer's coin an A or maybe a B and yours a C. Hopefully you will accept the fact that CAC is important in making these distinctions between good versus average coins and the cost associated with it. All right, Richard. All right, CAC time. Here we go. So for those of you who've been around a while, you've actually seen, if you consistently watch my videos, you have actually seen this little caterpillar turn into a butterfly. I have completely morphed on my position when it comes to CAC. It doesn't mean I like it. I absolutely accept their place in the marketplace at this point in time because the market demands things, right? So I don't demand things the market does. I can hate a certain coin. Like, I can really dislike the fact that silver eagles are so popular, but that doesn't change the fact that they're popular. I can hate the fact that people collect labels, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to sell something that has a premium label to someone who wants to pay a premium for it, right? And so one of my main objections to CAC always had been that PCGS and NGC both should be respected in their grading acumen, and I always thought that CAC was fracturing that, you know, what are we supposed to do? Now we're grading graded coins, okay? So I will say that as far as its place in the marketplace, correct, if their whole goal is to take coins that have a grading and they're going to go ahead and just put the nicest ones in a series together, that's perfectly fair. So when it comes to grading, this is one of the things that I talk about, where grading is a lot like calling balls and strikes in baseball. If you don't know baseball, I can't help you. And if you know baseball, I probably can't help you either. But what I will say is, generally speaking, there's a strike zone in baseball. And whether the pitch is straight down the middle or not, it's a strike if it's in the strike zone. So CAC is looking for perfect pitches straight down the middle, like the coin that is absolutely 100% that grade. No question. No one would ever question the grade on that coin. It's a nice coin. It's a beautiful coin for the grade, right? But there's always going to be some variation between coins. Some will have nicer eye appeal than others and still be in the same grade, right? There'll be borderline calls on coins all the time, because although we have assigned numeric grades, 59, 59 and a half. I'm making up grades now. You like that? 60, 61, 62, 63. The reality is that those just represent what the coin is. And not all 63s will ever look the same, because it's just a commentary on the overall quality of the coin. It is not a continuum. There is always gray area in these. So anyway, CAC, I understand the role. I don't embrace it per se. I don't like it per se, but I know what it does. I know why it's here, and I know why it's working. And I will say that it does make me scratch my head and wonder about the future of coin collecting, and not necessarily in a bad way, but I just, strikes me as something that it's a change. Change is coming, folks. Change is here. All right, Evenroot says, I often think you're too optimistic when you grade your own coins. And then he goes on to discuss a coin. So this is something that we all need to be aware of. This is the psychology of everything in life. We are way too optimistic on our own stuff. Even the pessimistic people actually are more optimistic about their own things than they think. 92% of professors think that they're above average teachers. 92%, right? It's like the 200 people that think they're going to get drafted in the first round of the NBA draft. But there's not that many spots, guys, right? So I've watched these talent shows, right, where Simon Cowell has to tell them, you're not that good. And the mom's like, what? My kid sings beautifully, and it's like, no, Ben sings better than your kid. I think that was actually on a Simon Cowell punchline once for one of these poor children that are trying to make it big on these shows. So we are all too optimistic. So it's helpful to have people in your corner who will look at a coin objectively for you and help talk you off the ledge a little bit and just say, hey, I know what you're seeing, I know you like the coin, but maybe it's not a 565, maybe it's only a 64, right? You know, there are certain things that we are all too optimistic about. And I try to temper myself all the time and be critical. It doesn't work. So I need help, people. Send help. All right, DF says, not all of us have some of these silver and gold coins. Can you show the rim of the coin going forward too? Thank you for the reminder. When I'm filming and trying to talk about a coin and show a coin, I do try to get a lot of the different attributes of a coin. As always, you've heard the statement that there are two sides to a coin, and I'm always happy to remind people there are actually three sides to a coin, because you have to look at the rim on a coin or the edge of the coin to really understand the full story of what a coin is or has to offer. So thanks for that reminder. Slab coins are often harder to show the rim on. Raw coins, I can get a better look at stuff. So lots to remember when we're filming stuff and trying to put it out there for you, but I'll try to make sure we get some good views here. Eric, watching your vids is like experiencing a really pleasant conversation with a funny friend talking about a challenging hobby we both love. Well, thank you for that, and that's the idea here, right? We've said before that people who come to our channel love coins and love coin collecting. We don't need more subscriptions than the next guy. We got people who actually want to watch coin videos and talk about coins. And that's exciting for us. You know, we really appreciate everyone watching. And the idea here is that we get to sit down and talk coins with people. All right, guys, so that is almost all the time I've got. I got one more question here to get after, and then we're going to call it a day. First Cap says, altered surfaces means they added some sort of putty or grease to improve luster or hide bag marks. They put some material on the coin to make it shiny. NGC might let it pass. I wouldn't have caught it. It's a beautiful coin. Okay, so referring to a video where I got a coin back and they said altered surface, you know, what's interesting about this is that he mentions, well, you know, it could be that they added grease or putty. The strange thing to me is, if that's the case, why can't they just say that's what was done to the coin? Saying altered surface to me when there are 3, 4, 5 things that it could mean, maybe you should put that down. So for example, generally speaking, if a surface has been retooled or has tooling, they'll mention that. If it's been plugged, usually they mention that a coin's been plugged. So I don't know why they wouldn't mention greased, puttied, or, you know, maybe as our friend just mentioned a minute ago, Federico, they've run out of codes for us, right? So I would like NGC or PCGS to take the time, if they have anything more in depth that they can add. You know, there's plenty of room for more codes. There's easily, you can say something like that: added grease, added material, fake luster, artificial luster. You know, because if you got the details, add the details. Just let me know. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.